ain't gonna lie, y'all, this movie got me side-eyed on the internet, got me looking at my computer all crazy. Like, I wish somebody would. Hey everyone, it's Sharana from Pay or Waits, and today I'm going to be reviewing Cam, which actually debuted on Netflix just last night. And so essentially this film is directed by Daniel Goldhaber and it's written by Issa Mazay. Okay, and let me take a moment for this because I actually went to pronouncenames.com to figure out how to say Issa's last name, okay, because y'all seem to get up in the hissy for that. I've been saying people's names wrong, and I told y'all I just say names wrong. It's just a flaw of mine, but I'm trying to work on it so I don't disappoint you guys, because we're looking for that. What are we looking for? We're looking for growth, okay? So this film stars Madeline Brewer, who you know as Janine from The Handmaid's Tale. And so as for this film, she plays Alice, who is a sex worker. She goes, her screen name is Lola. She's a cam girl. And so essentially she is very ambitious. She is trying to figure out how to succeed in this line of work. How to be popular, how to get into the top 50, okay? When I tell you my girl is dedicated, she is dedicated, okay? Alice is sitting up here coming up with scripts. She coming up with crazy, like, you know, she basically making movies. I was like, girl, you have a gift, okay? You need to be in Hollywood helping them with these motion pictures, because the things that you was doing for your webcam series, I was like, yo, she talented. I see you, girl, okay? I see you. So she's out here just trying to do something with her life, trying to get her life together. And basically, someone ends up hacking her name, y'all. They hacked her name, take her identity, come up, steal her account, and then basically have someone who looks exactly like her, sounds just like her, basically taking stuff up a little bit higher than what she was doing. And so from then on, this psychological thriller basically shows how Alice is dealing with this, how she's trying to uncover who is behind this, who is the person that looks like her, you know, on this like cam account. And so what I have to say is, one of the first things when I saw this movie, I was like, Lord, please don't tell me that somebody just got this movie, just had people up in here naked for no damn reason, and that no one that actually does sex work had anything to say, you know, or contribute to the production of this film. And what I have to say is that Issa Mazay, she was actually a sex worker. She actually wrote the screenplay, and I thought that you could definitely tell that someone really took good care, and this screenplay was very well thought out. And so what I liked about this film, I love the performance by Madeline Brewer. She does a great job on The Handmaid's Tale, and she does a great job as Alice. What I like, especially with the screenplay, is that, you know, a movie like this can take something that as sex work, which, let's just be honest, people look down upon sex workers. Hell, I didn't even really understand like what a cam girl did. I was watching her, I was like, okay, Alice, like, you ain't doing nothing different than what any of us else do. We're all content creators. We have an audience. We put out content to basically, you know, have our audience keep coming back for more. I was like, well, shoot, if you do this and I do that, I need to just figure out a couple of Sally Mae bills that I need to pay off. So, you know, I might need to do something a little strange, but I'm just playing, y'all. But it really did make me look at these cam girls in a different light. I didn't know that there were different levels to this. I didn't know that there's people who do no news, people who really put on like full-fledged productions. I didn't know any of this, and I think the movie does a great job of keeping you intrigued into the psychological thriller, while also basically, you know, educating you on what these women do, what they do in real life, and that this job really isn't something that you necessarily need to look down upon on. So also too, one of the things that I like is how realistic this movie is, and especially how people interact with Alice. You know, as Alice, we're seeing Alice in her normal everyday life outside of her being Lola, this cam girl. As we see her interactions with her family, she's just a regular person, has a regular family. But as we see, there's a scene where the family actually finds out what she does. I think it's something great to see, not only how that can take a psychological toll on yourself, because you can't really tell your family what you're doing because you know that they're going to look down upon it, but also too wanting, like, she's striving to like be good at what she does. So when she tells her family like, hey, I'm well respected in what I do, I'm the top of what I do, because she's still looking for, you know, that acceptance, you know, from her family as, you know, Lola. And so I really love how that plays out in the film. And also, too, there's some interactions that Alice has as she's trying to uncover who is behind stealing her account, taking over her identity. And the most logical thing most people would do is go to the authorities. And in this film, there's a scene where she's talking to the cops, and instead of them trying to help her, they really just brush this apart. They stand up there like, well, girl, you need to stop doing something a little strange for a piece of change, and then you won't be having issues like this. Even more so, going to like people asking her crazy questions like, you know, what's the craziest thing, sexual thing that you ever done, or, you know, do you make house calls? Like, they were basically sexually harassing her. And one of the things that I found interesting while doing a little research into Issa and her thoughts behind how she came up with the screenplay is that these situations are things that she's taken from her personal life, some of her friends' personal lives, when they've actually tried to report assault or different things to the police, that these are real things that these workers go through because society looks down upon them, especially looks down upon women. And what I can appreciate about a film like this is that they take a character who most people in society would deem, oh, well, I don't really care with her, she's unlikable, she's a sex worker. But it actually makes her human and really makes her profession no different from what the average person would do for a living. And it also gives this character empowerment over herself, over her circumstances, as she tries to overcome this horrible deed that has happened to her. And so what I will say is that it almost felt like this could be a Black Mirror episode, kind of showing us how, you know, how society looks upon sex workers, but also to the dangers of the internet and how they can take people producing their own content, building their own business, how someone can literally take everything that you've done, steal it from you, and basically assume your identity. And I think that's the scariest part about it. You know, if we sit here and think, what if someone stole our social media, started doing crazy things, that it affects our relationships with our family, it affects our jobs, it just affects everything. I think that's where the horror comes into it, because this is not something that's far-fetched. This is something that can definitely happen. And I think situations like those, I think that's what kept the audience intrigued. That's what kept me intrigued from beginning to end with this film. Now, the only bad thing that I would have to say is that I do feel like there's no real resolution at the end. Once they kind of uncover what happens, how this person was able to assume her identity, or what they used to assume her identity, I wanted to see them dive deeper into that, especially since it was kind of like, well, this happens all the time. And I'm just like, well, damn, I ain't never heard about it. Can y'all explain this to me? Can you give me a little tidbits? Let me know what I need to be looking out for, because I just wanted answers. And I felt like from that part of a resolution, I felt let down. But that's really the only bad thing that I'll have to say. But this movie intrigued me. I was interested in it. I felt like I learned a lot out of it. I feel like a lot of people will basically broaden their horizons and really help them to understand, like, hey, sex workers are people just like everyone else. Let's stop objectifying them and just treat them as regular human beings. And so basically, those are my thoughts on Cam. I'm not going to say pay or wait, because, I mean, it's Netflix. We all got it, or are we stealing it from somebody? So it really don't matter. But if I had to say it, then yeah, it would be a pay. I wish this film was in theaters. I don't understand why they keep taking some good movies and just putting them on Netflix, when I feel like some things need to be seen on the big screen. And I don't know if they had necessarily had an issue with the nudity, or basically the nature of the film, the subject matter of the film. I don't know, but I wonder why this didn't get a theatrical release. But those are my thoughts on Cam. As always, my name is Sharonda from Pay or Wait. And if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and make sure you hit that notification bell, and I will see you soon.